What's up, guys? So, Happy New Year to everybody. I hope everyone's doing good. I'm gonna be way more consistent with content. I said this a couple of months ago, but this time I actually really mean it. I'm feeling very motivated after my other channel got deleted. I just wasn't feeling very motivated to do content anymore, and it didn't feel really passionate about it. But now I like really miss it, and I think the passion is back. So, I'm gonna definitely start consistently posting sometime this month. But this video is about me talking about MK1 and how it would feel if they discontinue the game and my opinions on the game overall. So, um, I talk all over the place. So if like I jump from one topic to one topic to one topic to one topic, I'll try to make it very clear. So I think that if they were going to focus on the next project, that I would be disappointed, but I think it's fine. So I seen a Twitter post, and this is what made me want to make the video. And I seen a bunch of different opinions, but my opinion is I think that if they make a new project, it would be good, but I'll be disappointed. Okay, first let's talk about the disappointments because I feel like for me, there's way more disappointments than there are good things. Though I wish I still had my old Twitter account because if you could see my old Twitter account, you could literally see how much that even though I was unhappy with the game, I was still finding positive things to say about the game. But since I'm giving my review, I have to be honest, right? So I was very disappointed with the DLCs. I didn't like the DLCs. I know people like Ghostface. I wasn't a fan of the guest characters. I did like that Ermac was back. I wasn't a big fan of the Sector and Cyrex gender change. It didn't make sense to me. But when I actually got to see their lore and I heard some stuff about their background and their story, it kind of made me more excited. But I just feel like it could have been way more and better if they wanted a female game character. I feel like they could have had different ones. I'm not going to talk about that yet because I want to talk about the base roster. But as far as the DLCs, not a fan at all. I like Ermac and I like Takeda. And that's it. Oh, and sorry, and I like the Quan Chi back too. Though these three characters, Omni-Man, Peacemaker, and Homelander, though I don't like really playing against them. Like, it's difficult for me to play against them. I do enjoy playing against them because it challenges me. But I just didn't feel like I felt like that there would be better characters in my personal opinion. Now let's talk about the base roster. I feel like I really liked the base roster. But I was also disappointed with it because, like, first of all, let's talk about why I was happy with it. Reptile is, I don't want to say first. I'm gonna say first. He was the first when it came to design. I thought his design and his rebrand was the best. Appearance wise, I feel like I liked Melina's rebrand with the Tarkat disease, so that's why I put her one. But as far as appearance, he was number one. I really feel like I really liked his appearance and his story. He was definitely number two. I really got to connect with that character. Also, I love seeing Smoke back. I love seeing Lee May back. Ashra. I like seeing these characters back that I grew up playing. Natara. These are characters that I grew up playing when I used to play MK. So it's very good to see those characters back. That's why I could never be completely disappointed when it came to the base roster. But there were certain characters that I was really forward to seeing. But, it was utterly disappointing, right? So I think that it was bittersweet. I love seeing Tanya back. Like, and Rain. So these are characters that Rico. These are characters that I grew up playing, so I couldn't be completely mad. And I know they can't put everybody in the game, but I just feel like there were certain characters that could have elevated the game completely more. And you see like these empty spots. Apparently, they're not going to be any more DLC characters because of the sales. The sales of the game wasn't very well, right? So like I just feel like instead of putting Sector and Cyrax in, that Cetrion and Scarlet could have been in. Like there's certain characters that I just felt like could have elevated this game, and the play style of the game, the gameplay, I think could have been could have fit their character. Um, Customization. I'm gonna touch on customization a little bit because other points I have to make can kind of intersect with customization. But customization is also something that was very disappointing. Um, the game was very rushed. So overall, this game when it first came out and I played it was very very disappointing. The base characters gameplay, so I'm talking about every single character on this roster had decent to good gameplay. I think what made this game frustrating to certain people was the cameos. The cameos were incredibly frustrating to play against because someone could literally be fighting, do something punishable, they take out their cameo, and it completely saves them. That was utterly annoying and disappointing, and I made me want to like throw my controller like I used to when I used to play MK11. It was incredibly annoying. Not a fan. Um, I did enjoy Serena though. I enjoyed playing against Serena. I enjoyed playing Sonya a lot. I enjoyed playing Kung Lao. I enjoyed going against Farah because it gave me a challenge. So I did like some of the cameos, but I felt like cameos should have been something like I said in the beginning before the game came out. It should have been a separate mode. I think it should have been a separate mode. And I was one of those people that was like, I don't think it's gonna work out, but I'm gonna stay positive. Yeah, it. I don't think that it was a very good choice to make. Um, I want to say that there were certain cameos that were balanced that I feel like were perfectly balanced. I think Serena was balanced. I think Kung Lao was balanced. I think Sonya was balanced. Those are the three that I can think of off the top of my brain. Farrah wasn't balanced, but if you knew how to, I mean, sorry, Farrah. It's not that Farrah wasn't balanced, but I feel like that if you would play him really good, yeah, it started to get annoying because of his mix-ups. But it is what it is, right? Um, I feel like I'm missing something I'm not touching on with cameos, but if I think of it, I'll just speak about it again. Um, and then, like I said, the game wasn't finished, so it was just a lot of stuff missing. So I don't know if any of you are day one MK11 players, but when you downloaded MK11 and you started to play online, it was simply just Combat League. I don't even think they had online lobbies. It was strictly just Combat League. That's what happened in this game. Strictly Combat League. So it was no casual, it was nothing. And then, like I said, casual players, they don't want to play Combat League. Plus, even people who are content creators or people who are pros at the game or anything, they don't want to just play Combat League because Combat League is utterly toxic. I don't want to break my controller. Um, Warrior Shrine, also utterly disappointing. I thought Warrior Shrine was going to be something incredible, only to figure out that it's just a leaderboard. Utterly disappointing. We waited for a year. It was utterly disappointing. Um, the Wi-Fi filter, which was just I guess just ping, right? That like you could decline, like just looking by ping you could decline. I think that was a very good addition. Um, Breaker, also another great addition. So it's not everything is not bad, right? Like I enjoyed Breaker. I thought that that was back to entire in MK11 if you didn't get the hang of it versus now it's just very you can do it with more ease, right? Um I know a lot of people did not want to buy MK1 just because of how unfinished it was. And just because how hard the game was. So the base characters are amazing. Like I said, the base characters were amazing, but it was because of the cameos, it made it harder because you have to learn more. I like the cameos because you can do extended combos, but as far as that, nah. King of the Hill utterly disappointing. It sucks. You don't have emotes anymore. You don't have rating people anymore. You don't get rewards like you used to in MKX. I do not play King of the Hill. Like I said, there's no online lobbies, which means the lobbies that you could go into a server and you could you remember in MKX they had servers, and even in MK11 you could make a server, and then you would join from that server and you can invite people to fight or join in King of the Hill. That doesn't exist. Um, Invasions was incredibly boring. I preferred Towers of Time and MKX, or MK11. I could tell that they put a lot of effort in it because it looks and it is incredibly visually pleasing. I feel like the Towers of Time and Crypt is better. I feel like Invasions is a more neater version of Crypt, but it's incredibly boring, and I feel like Crypt is much more interactive. I would have never, ever suggest Invasions ever. I don't like it. Um, they got rid of the AI not playing, like the AI playing for you. So even if you wanted to grind Invasions, it's like the AIs can't fight for you. So you would literally have to sit there for hours and finish Invasions, which is not fun. Like I said, it's boring. The cameo system makes the game more hard than MK11. A lot of players like me don't like the cameo system. I think MKX gameplay was a perfect mix, but like I keep saying, this gameplay was very good. There's nothing wrong with this gameplay. It's just the simple fact that I don't think cameos was a good idea. Or if it was, it should have been a separate mode. If any of you played MK9, it used to be this thing called like a tag team tower. Perfect. It could have been like that, but it could have been like an online mode or like a ranked tag team. I don't think that it should have been the main center of this game. I really don't agree with that. The story, I was a big fan of the story. I don't think it was one of the best stories, but I was a very big fan of the story. I never thought that I would ever miss MK11, but I really do miss MK11. This game was disappointing. It was very disappointing. Um, let's touch back on customization. If any of you played Injustice 2, that's where it all kind of started with the good customization. It was really good customization. And then my expectations for MK11 was high because I was like, this customization in Injustice 2 is beautiful. MK11 came to MK11, exceeded my expectations. Intros, customizations where you could customize the face, the arms, the hair for certain characters. It was very good on customization wise. It had stuff that Injustice didn't have. I liked Injustice. I feel like most of the game's customization things had that something I liked, but if I had to pick one that I liked more, I think it would be MK11 for sure. So when I was playing both of these games, I was playing both the games when I was just picking up Injustice 2 when MK1 was coming out. And I was thinking, I know if they don't get anything right, because I was already kind of worried because of the cameo. So I was like, I know if they don't get anything right, the customization is going to be top tier. You cannot change anything in this game. You have palettes, you have gear, so you could change that, and that's it. So I can change my size, and that's it. Taunts, I mean, that was from MK11, but I really don't care for taunts and finishers. This is just like telling you what finishers you have. But like, I think Katana is fans. That's it. Ermac is his face gear. Reptile is his things on his mask. Sorry. So it's just like it was utterly disappointing. There's no way that you come from Injustice 2 to MK11, setting the standard so high, and your customization sucks. Even I couldn't even do when I had my old channel. I used to go through all the skins that I have. I don't even have all Melina skins, which is something that I feel like is imperative for a Melina main. But I don't have all of them because I don't play the game as much because I feel like it's utterly disappointing. I enjoyed when they had all the skins out so people could see what skins were in the game, like MK11. I can't even do my customization videos anymore, where I used to like go through all the characters' customizations because they don't have all of them on display. That's not anything that seems interesting. I don't want to post a video that's not interesting. That doesn't seem interesting. Let's talk about NetherRealm's communication. MK's NetherRealm communication, MKX NetherRealm's communication sucked. It was horrible. Horrible. We got better when it came to comeback cast and MK11. MK11 will hold so much nostalgia for me because when the game first came out, I was watching comeback cast every day trying to figure, or before the game came out, when it was just the beta, I was trying to figure out every character that came out. I was watching comeback cast when Jade came out. I remember Jade vividly. I don't remember if Scarlet had one. But even when the DLCs, when they had Melina, Rain, these were comeback casts. They were communicating with their fan base or their player base. They didn't listen to everything and every suggestion that we had, sure, but at least we were getting some type and form of communication. Thinking that the communication was getting better, I thought MK1 would be even better. Lacking. I don't want it to make it seem like I have all negative things to say about this game because this game I just feel like the game wasn't it was rushed. I feel like it's not even fun to make content for. I feel like MK11 and MKX was incredibly fun to make content for. Comebacks I feel like were way more common. If you don't know what a comeback is, it's basically like when you're very low in health and you still beat your opponent. Comebacks used to be go crazy, especially in MK, both MKX and MK11 and MK9. But I just feel like it wasn't as fun. It was disappointing, and I don't even know if the next game that I want is an MK game because it doesn't like I'd rather get it. Sorry, I'd rather get it Injustice 3, and that's coming from a huge MK main. Out that MK was, I don't think it was the first game I played, but it's in like the top three that of the first games that I ever played. And if they do, which I feel like they said that they're focusing on their main games, and MK is Mortal Kombat is their main game. So I feel like the next game is going to be a Mortal Kombat game. So if they really, really, really want to do another Mortal Kombat game, They really need to listen to their player base. They need to listen to their player base, be consistent with communication, and actually give a reason for the players to play again. I brought the game because I'm a huge MK fan, but I can see why people who are just casual players did not buy the game. I can see it. And I wonder, are they going to make a statement or are they going to wait like a long time like they did MK11? They waited and they waited and then just told us we'll no longer be supporting the game. I don't know. But they need to. Oh, let's talk about Combat League. Sorry, I did not go into Combat League as in detail as I wanted to. The takeaway, like I don't know what's the word. Not it's not deduction. Takeaway. The thing they removed from Combat League from MK11 and MK1 that I felt like was very imperative was changing your character. Now you have two characters that you can your cameo and your character, and once you load in with those characters, you cannot choose a different character. I feel like this was not fun because it forces you to stay on one character. And mind you, when the game first came out, there was no casuals, so it wasn't like, oh, Kari, if you want to learn the katana, for example, you could play katana and then practice in casual, so then you feel comfortable enough to go in combat league. No, so you would have to basically learn a character, and then get comfortable with them in KO. And then now, if I try to go in, because I'm so comfortable with Melina, if I go in and I try to play Katana, because I don't have any experience with her, I'm going to get wrecked. I'm going to get fried. Versus in MK11, I played most of the roster because I was able to switch my character, and then that was pretty much it. I was able to switch my character, and then when casuals came in, yeah, like also when I got to MK11, I learned a handful of characters. I did not do this in this game. I learned Melina. MK11, I learned Scarlet, Jade, Melina, and Scorpion. Oh no, sorry. In MK11, Melina was not there. I learned Scarlet, Jade, Sonya, and Scorpion. Sorry, and Sub Zero. Those are the characters that I learned before anybody. So I knew I had four characters that I could lean on. That obviously changed as the game progressed, but I knew that those were the four characters that I could lean on. And then there were sets of three. Remember when you first started, it was like sets of three, so it was three matches that you could play. Um, and you could switch your character, right? So I feel like that was a horrible change because it forced me to only play Melina. I don't play Katana very well. I don't play Reptile very well. I don't play Lime very well. And if we're honestly, and I don't play Sindel very well, but if we're being honest, it really, really is harder for you to pick up cameos. And I feel like this is the other reason why this game is not beginner friendly. Like I'm saying, it all tracks back to the cameos. And I'm not saying beginner friendly is always great because MK11 used to make me rage because when the movie came out, there was a surge of new players coming in, right? And because these new players were coming in, they didn't know how to play, so everybody would play Scorpion, and then or Sub Zero, and they would just beat me because they were spamming the same move or doing like the same stuff, and like sometimes it would get me because I'm like, I know I can beat them, but it's like they're not playing good, but I'm losing. So beginner friendly is not always great, but if you're going to make the game harder to learn, it's imperative that you give your player base time and ways to learn them. Tutorial is not enough. Practice mode is not enough because they're standing still. When you wanted to play a tower in this game, so say if I went to play the story tower, and then I put it on very hard. Even the levels of very easy, very hard, easy, medium, they were broken because like if you played very hard, it was on a medium level. I could beat a very hard very easily. I'm not saying like it's hard to beat a very hard, but it's supposed to give you some struggle. It was not. It was very easy. I enjoyed. Well, say if I was not comparing this game to the previous games, I enjoyed the not customization. I enjoyed the cinematics. I enjoyed the cinematics, but it's the little things that make MKMK that made it lack, and very disappointing. Um, I think that they need to focus on building community again. They had tournaments, but the tournaments weren't very known. They didn't hold any tournaments. I think that they need to make a community again, listen to the community, and that's it. If you listen to your player base, not to everything they say, but if you listen to the things that are repetitively told and spoken, your game cannot go wrong, especially when you have a such a huge player base like Mortal Kombat. This game, and it sucks. It sucks because I feel so passionate about this game, and because it has so much potential versus other games, because it's a I don't want to say it's a childhood game, but for me it is, and I know for a lot of people it's a game that, and like movies that resonate with you. It's like it's always gonna have that nostalgia to it for people. Even the people who aren't a video game fan, oh, you know Mortal Kombat? Yeah, I know Mortal Kombat. That was back in the day when I was, it gives like it makes you feel nostalgic, and they could have done so much more better. I feel like they're getting lazy, but then I also can see they're trying. I would have not mind the game being pushed back if that's what it needed to be to succeed. But sorry, I could talk all day about this. I'm honestly, I'm not. I didn't get as passionate as I did yesterday. I was hitting a lot of points yesterday. I tried to listen to the video and Lorraine I made on Twitter yesterday, so I could touch on it. Hopefully, I did touch on everything. If I did not, make it a part two. It's probably going to be significantly shorter though, because I did hit a lot of points that I wanted to make. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to have MK and Apex content coming out very soon, so stay tuned. I need to edit, but I hope you guys enjoy your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.